This video is brought to you by Squarespace. Hi, I'm Allison. This is Wonder Crochet. Welcome back. I know a lot of you like when I do fun crochet challenge videos, so that's exactly what this is. I've done several challenges where I spin a wheel and that determines what I'm going to crochet. I've done ones just choosing specific yarns, and I did a fruit challenge where I'd spin one wheel and it would choose a fruit, and another wheel and it would choose an animal, and then I combined those together. So if you haven't seen those videos, make sure to check them out after this video. So that is what we're doing today. We're spinning a wheel again to determine what we're going to crochet, because free will is just not as fun. So we'll be spinning one wheel that determines what we're crocheting, and then we'll be spinning another wheel that determines what type of yarn we'll be using for that project. And I'll be including about 8 or 9 different yarns, so this could really go in any direction. And that's what I love about these videos, is I make things that I probably never would have made before. So if you're brand new here, or you're just brand new to crochet and you'd like to learn how to crochet plushies like all of these, I have a full online course that I'll link in the description. It teaches you from the very beginning how to crochet your own cute plushies with over 40 in-depth videos, teaching you basic stitches, more advanced stitches, and so much more. So enough chatting, let's jump into our crochet challenge. So the plan is to make 2 different plushies. The first list will be patterns of mine, so some of these animal patterns up here. So the second plushie that we'll make will be patterns that I bought from other crocheters, and I'll just compile a list of ones that I've been wanting to make or ones that I want to make again, and we'll spin the wheel for that one too. But I'll have the same list of yarns for both of the plushies, and I'm really hoping that we don't get the same type of yarn for both plushies. But I highly doubt it, because we'll have to spin for the type of yarn first and then the colors that I have in that yarn. So I chose 8 different yarns to include on the wheel, and I'll go through them just so you know what types of yarns we're working with here. I have Sweet Snuggles, which is a size 7 jumbo yarn. This one is huge. I'm really hoping that we don't get this one, because it's gonna take me forever to crochet something with it, but we'll see. Next we have Parfait Chunky Pom Pom, and this is the one that has like the sprinkles in it, and Hobie also makes a similar one. I think it's called Confetti. Next we have Bernat Velvet, which is just a beautiful yarn, but I think I only have like 3 or 4 colors of this one. So that would be interesting if we got this, because it'd be quite the limited selection. And next we have Hobie Toucan yarn. I unboxed this in my last video if you'd like to watch. It's basically a cross between Honey Bunny and Big Twist Posh. So it's not as soft as the other like size 6 chenille yarns, but it is a little bit more sturdy. I really like this one. But if we do get this one, I have so many colors, so that would be quite the wheel. Next I have Bloom Chenille yarn, and it's a bunch of different floral tones. This is one of my favorites. As you know, I love florals, so I'm kind of hoping that we get one of these, because I haven't crocheted something with floral yarn in quite a bit. Oh no, I lied. I just crocheted one of my teapot mouses in a floral yarn, but I always want to make more. And next we have Big Twist Baby Bear. I did a yarn review of this one, so if you want to check that out, but it's nice and soft, and I only have a few colors, but most of them are these like speckled colorways, which would be a lot of fun for a plushie. And then we have Little Bunny yarn, which is a fluffy yarn. And as you know, I've really been enjoying crocheting with the fuzzy fluffy yarns lately, so of course I would be happy to get this. And then the last one that we have is Feels Like Bliss yarn. I'm really hoping that we get this one, because I just love the end results when using this yarn. Everything just looks so soft and so fuzzy. I'm just a big fan. So I'll put all 8, I think that's 8, of these yarns in the description if you're interested in getting them. But those are the different yarns that we're working with for both of our plushies. For our first plush, I want to crochet an animal. So the patterns that I'm including are my raccoon pattern, squirrel, turtle, giraffe, cow, fox, kitten, and horse. And I hope that you can see all of these up there, but these patterns are all available in my shop if you're interested. So I put all of those into a wheel. I'll put the wheel up on the screen, and let's spin to see what plushie we're making. We are making a giraffe. I'm very excited about that, mainly because that's one of my newest patterns. I've already made 3 of them. Here, I'll show you. So I've already made 3 giraffes. I have this one, which is our classic one with the spots, And this pattern includes an option with spots or without spots, so if you don't like color changes, you can do one without the spots there. And then I made this one in Feels Like Bliss. So if we get Feels Like Bliss again, I'm hoping that we'll get another color, maybe like a pink fuzzy giraffe. That would be so cute. Okay, let's spin our next wheel and see what type of yarn we'll be making our giraffe out of. We are making our giraffe out of Bloom chenille yarn. I'm so excited. I said that I wanted to make either Bloom chenille or Feels Like Bliss. You know, the wheels are really working in our favor today, and I'm super excited about that. So now we'll spin our last wheel to find out what color we are using of Bloom chenille. The color names are Lilac, Cherry Blossom, Forget Me Not, Larkspur, Begonia, Geranium, and Bluebell. Very cute floral names, love it. I'm hoping for either Forget Me Not or Bluebell, but honestly I'd be happy with any of them. The floral yarns are so pretty, so I'm just excited about this in general. Okay, let's spin. Oh, we got lilac! Oh, that's exciting! We are making a lilac giraffe. Again, this pattern is in my shop, so if you'd like to crochet along with me, that's where you can find it. And if you're a crocheter or a creative who wants to have their own website or sell plushies and patterns on their website, I really recommend Squarespace. Squarespace is the #1 platform for entrepreneurs and creatives to succeed online. If you're looking to grow your brand more, or if you're looking to sell your goods, or if you're even just starting out, Squarespace makes it super easy so you can have your own beautiful website. It has all the tools so you can sell physical goods as well as digital content and services. And there's also flexible website templates, so you can get started with a professionally designed Squarespace website template where you can customize the look, update the content, and then add the features to fit your needs. Even if you're a beginner with no web design experience, you can easily create a beautiful site to feature patterns or sell plushies with Squarespace. So if you're ready to grow your creative business, head to squarespace.com/wondercrochet to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain using the code WonderCrochet. Thank you so much to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video, and let's get into making our floral giraffe. So this is the lilac yarn that we'll be working with, but it's this beautiful off-white yarn with purple and green little floral spots on it. Thankfully I have another skein so we won't run out, but I'm honestly glad that we got this pattern with this yarn because, as you know, the chenille yarns are just kind of difficult to sew with, and this pattern is low sew, so I just have to sew the head to the body, so I won't be like wrestling with this yarn the whole time. And there are some accent pieces on the giraffe, like the little hands and feet, so I think I'm going to do those accents just like a plain purple color so that our giraffe has a little bit more detail. And then I am actually going to make the giraffe without the spots since we already have the purple and the green spots here. So I'm going to crochet for a bit and then I'll check in with you and show you what I've made so far. Okay, I'm back. So far I have made all the limbs and I just love how it's turning out. I did the little lilac purple accents for like the feet and the hands and the tail, and it just goes really well with the floral yarn, so I think this is going to be really pretty. I will say though, the colors are giving Buzz Lightyear, which I wasn't expecting, but still cute. So I'm gonna put on a little movie and work on the head of the giraffe, and then I'll come back and we'll finish up the body together. Okay, I've been working on my giraffe. There's our head, super cute, but I have bad news. And I know many of you can relate to this. I ran out of yarn. I thought that I had another full skein of this color, but I didn't. I had just like a dinky little, maybe a third of a skein, and I ran out and I don't have enough for the neck. So I think what I'm going to do is fasten off and sew it on, and we're just going to do a giraffe with no neck. Poor thing. I think it'll still look cute, but I don't have another option because Loops and Threads makes this same type of floral yarn, but I can't get it today or even this week. I'm sad. I'm sorry. I really wanted this challenge to go well, but what can we do? I think it'll still look cute even without its neck, but I really did want to finish it. So I'm about 5 rounds too short. And it's just like these 5 little rounds around the neck, so I only needed like a handful of yarn. Alas, I really lost at Yarn Chicken. What can you do? I'm sorry if you can hear my neighbor cutting the grass out there, but we shall proceed. I'm going to stuff this, and I don't even have enough yarn to sew it, so I'm going to sew it with white worsted weight yarn, which works better anyway. Okay, I have my fiberfill stuffing, so let's just stuff the body and not the neck. It's really not that big of a deal, but I hate running out of yarn when you're just like so close to finishing a project. I like to shape it as I'm stuffing it so he doesn't look all lumpy. And there's our little giraffe body. I like to use stitch sticks, so it's like knitting needles, but it's nice to have to hold amigurumi pieces together. Man, he just looks so silly without his neck. But don't tell me if you don't like him in the comments, it'll hurt my feelings. I'm just kidding. I think it'll look okay. Oh, by the way, I used 2 different crochet hooks for this project, and I do that sometimes when the yarns are not quite the same size, but I want them to look like they're the same size. So with the Bloom Chenille yarn, it's more like a Sweet Snuggles Light. If you've used Sweet Snuggles Light, it's just a little bit thicker than like Honey Bunny or Parfait Chunky. So for the main body, I used a 4.5mm hook, and then for the just purple pieces, I used a 5mm hook, and it worked really well because it looks like they're almost the same size. I am going to order more of this yarn, and then I think I'm going to take the head off. And I can do that easily since I'm just using a separate piece of worsted weight yarn, and then I'll finish the neck. But for the purposes of this challenge, I'm not a quitter, and I want to finish this plush, but just know he will get his neck eventually, even if it takes like 2 weeks. And there is our floral giraffe with no neck. He still looks cute. I love the floral colors, so I am still glad that we got those colors, but I do want to add the neck on later on, or if you like him with a shorter neck, let me know. But now it's time to move on to plushie number 2. I hope it goes better than number 1. Let's see what we get. The second plush will be a lot of fun because it's just random patterns that I've bought from other designers, and these are some of my favorite crochet patterns. So I can't wait to see what we get. Again, I hope we get Feels Like Bliss yarn, but I'd honestly be happy with any of them except Sweet Snuggles. I do not want to crochet a jumbo plush today. Okay, so here are the patterns that we're going to do. I'm going to pop a picture on the screen so you know what they look like. The first one is this fruit snail pattern, and this is by Garden Hoe Crochet. The next one is this elephant pattern by Crochet Grove. I actually just did a pattern test for this and made one in Feels Like Bliss yarn, and it turned out so cute. A really adorable pattern. The next one is this little squid pattern by All From Jade. And next we have the No Sew Dragon pattern by Crochet by Jenna. Next we have this chicken pattern by Atomic Crochet. And then our last pattern on the wheel is this dolphin pattern by Crochet by Kitten Girl. First we'll spin for our pattern to see what we're making, then we'll spin for the yarn, then spin for the color. Okay, let's go. We are making the little squid. I'm excited. I love this pattern, and it's a quick workup, so I'm excited about that since I already made our one plush today. This will be nice to have something a little bit smaller. And next we'll spin for our yarn. We are using pom pom yarn. This one is honestly perfect for a squid. I don't know how I got so lucky with our rolls today. I could have been making a giant squid, but I'm happy that we're not. So the colors that I have for confetti is yellow, gray, pink, white, blue, and green. And I made sure that I have enough yarn of all of these colors that I included, but that's not hard to do because it is about this large whenever it's finished. Let's spin and see what we get. I honestly hope that we get green. I think that'd be really cute for a squid. And we got blue. That's just as good as getting green. Okay, I'm excited for this. Let's start crocheting our squid and see how it turns out. This is the yarn that we'll be using for this project. So as you can see, it has these different color like sprinkles in it, which I think will look really, really cute for a squid. And for this project, I'm going to be using a 4.5mm hook. I have honestly been using a 4.5 a little bit more often than I've been using a 5. I've gone down in hook size like steadily every year that I've started crocheting. And I mean that with the super bulky yarns. I started out crocheting plushies with like a 7mm hook. Now that was when I was a beginner and it was definitely way too big. But then I went down to a 6 and then I went down to a 5. And a 5 is typically what I use, but I don't know. I've been liking the 4.5 and I like when the plushies are just a little bit smaller. If you're using something like Bernat Blanket, you could use like a 7mm hook, but if you're using something smaller like Honey Bunny, Corvée Chunky, then I like to use like a 5 or a 4.5. So like I said, this little squid pattern is by All From Jade. I love all of her patterns. They're just so well written and so cute. But I think that this one is my favorite. It just works up really quickly. It's a no-sew pattern, so no sewing involved. And if you do markets, I feel like this would sell really well, but also work up pretty quickly. These yarns with the confetti in them, it's like you're crocheting with a strand of yarn and like a thread that's wrapped around it. So you have to be careful when you're crocheting because sometimes that thread can start to pull away from the yarn. So you want to make sure that you keep kind of a loose tension while you're crocheting with it. Last time I made this pattern, I used these sparkly safety eyes, and I think I'm going to use them again. They honestly don't work with every project. I tried to use them on like a panda bear once and it looked like he was staring into my soul. But I found that especially with sea creatures, the glittery safety eyes work really well. And I'll put these in the description too. But what's nice about them is they have all of these different colored backs that are all glittery, and they're interchangeable, so you can do like any color eye that you want, and it's really cute and sparkly. But I think for this one I'm going to use the purple because that'll look really pretty with the blue and all the little accent colors. And there is our little squid. I absolutely love this one. I didn't run out of yarn because as you can see it's an itty bitty project and it only took me about 30 minutes to make, which is really nice. But I did go with the sparkly purple safety eyes, and I added a little mouth here in black worsted weight yarn. But the confetti yarn works so well for this. I think I'm going to make a couple more just for fun. So although we lost at Yarn Chicken with our first plush, I still think it turned out cute, and I absolutely love our second one. So you never know how these challenge videos are going to go, but overall I would say it was a success. So if you like these spinning the wheel challenge videos, let me know in the comments, or let me know any other type of crochet or crafty challenge video you want to see me do. If you don't already, give me a follow over on my Instagram. I post all of my new projects over there, and it's the best place where you can keep up with what I'm doing. Thank you again to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video, and thank you so much for watching. As always, we'll see you again real soon.